"Sir, my mom isn't waking up," the little girl whispered, her tiny hand tugging at the CEO's sleeve. The man, feared by an entire corporation and respected by industries across the country, froze mid-step. His phone slipped from his hand and hit the marble floor with a sharp crack. In that single, trembling sentence, the world he built, brick by ruthless brick, suddenly felt weightless. If you're watching this right now, don't skip. You'll want to hear what happened next. And if this story touches you, make sure to like the video and subscribe, because stories like this one deserve to be felt, shared, and remembered. The CEO, Adrian Hale, had been moving through the lobby of his skyscraper like a storm cloud, cold, swift, untouchable. His day had been filled with meetings, contracts, and decisions crafted with the precision of a blade. But nothing prepared him for the sight of the little girl standing before him. She could not have been older than 7. Her cheeks were streaked with dried tears, her shoes scuffed, her school uniform slightly oversized. But it was her eyes, wide, terrified, desperate, that shook him in a way no corporate crisis ever had. "Take me to her," he said, barely recognizing his own voice. The girl nodded quickly and led him outside. The security team rushed forward, but Adrian raised a hand. No words, just a silent command to stay back. The girl's small fingers wrapped around his, guiding him across the street to a narrow alley behind a convenience store. There, lying motionless beside a stack of cardboard boxes, was a woman. Pale, exhausted, breathing shallowly. Adrian dropped to his knees. Is she hurt?" he asked, his voice catching. The girl shook her head. She just won't wake up. She works nights and days. She never sleeps. I tried calling for help, but nobody listened. Nobody listened." The words slashed through him. Adrian didn't hesitate. He scooped the woman into his arms and carried her to his car, barking orders to his driver to get to the hospital immediately. The girl climbed in beside him, squeezing her mother's limp hand the entire way. At the hospital, doctors rushed the woman into emergency care. The girl, her name was Ella, he learned, stood beside him in the hallway, trembling so hard he wrapped his coat around her shoulders. When the doctors returned, their expressions softened when they saw Ella watching. She wasn't dying, they explained. She was collapsing. Exhaustion, malnutrition, stress beyond what a human body could bear. Years of overwork and underpay, all for the sake of keeping her daughter fed and sheltered. "She's been working 3 jobs, Ella whispered, her voice cracking. "She didn't want me to worry." Adrian felt something break inside him. Because he recognized the look in that woman's eyes when he first saw her, the same exhausted emptiness he once saw in the mirror when he was a boy. Before the wealth, before the suits, before anyone knew his name. He remembered watching his own mother collapse at a sewing machine, working double shifts to keep him alive. He remembered crying out just like Ella did today. Hours passed. Then finally, the doctor said, "She'll make it." Ella sobbed with relief, throwing her arms around Adrian. He stiffened, unsure what to do, then slowly, awkwardly, hugged her back. When the woman woke up, her voice was fragile, her eyes widening when she saw the powerful CEO standing beside her hospital bed in crumpled clothes. "Why?" she murmured. "Why would you help us?" Adrian swallowed. "Because someone helped me once," he said softly. "And I never repaid him." Over the next few days, Adrian visited the hospital regularly. He brought food, clothes, and a tiny teddy bear he claimed was company-issued, though everyone knew it wasn't. He arranged for the woman's medical bills to be covered anonymously. He contacted employment partners he trusted and found her a stable job with fair pay and flexible hours. But what broke him most was when Ella showed him her worn-out backpack, stuffed with homework she could never get help with because her mother was always working. Adrian sat with her in the waiting room, helping her solve math problems with the same gentleness his mother once showed him. Their lives didn't magically become perfect overnight. Real stories don't work that way. The woman had to heal. Ella had to regain her confidence. Adrian had to confront parts of himself he had buried under years of ambition. But change began, slowly, powerfully, quietly. One afternoon, weeks later, as he walked back to the hospital room with coffee for Ella's mom, Adrian overheard her speaking to a nurse. Her voice was calm but steady. "I'm going to be okay now. Someone believed in me when I thought I had nobody left." And in that moment, something inside him felt lighter. On the day she was finally discharged, Ella hugged him so tightly he nearly lost his balance. "You saved my mom," she whispered. He shook his head. "No, sweetheart. She saved herself. You saved her, too. But you helped," she insisted. He smiled, truly smiled, for the first time in years. And here's the part one want you to carry with you: Adrian didn't just change their lives. They changed his. Behind every powerful person is a story of struggle, and behind every quiet act of kindness is a chance to rewrite someone's entire future. If you're still here, let this be your reminder: kindness is never wasted. Compassion is never too small. And sometimes the coldest hearts are just waiting for the right moment to thaw. If this story touched you, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps more people find these stories, and you never know who might need one today.